Live from Puebla, it's Austin, Texas. This is Stacker.News Live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker.News Live. My name is Carl. I'm the BFF Keyan, and Topher's in the house. What's going on?
Hello. Nothing much going on. I'm here. I'm in Austin, Texas, and I'm in Puebla. Nothing else is going on. What's going on with you?
Nothing much. Just getting some last work done, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I was able to get everything good for the podcast today. So I fixed up a lot of the sponsor stuff and then did some other house cleaning duties for the pod. But that's pretty much it.
Oh, cool. I would say we don't have that segment where you apologize to Needs Creations for the banner anymore.
Yeah, I fixed the lower third, and then I have all that stuff ready now. So yeah, it just takes a lot. It's like an hour to do that kind of stuff because it took me like an hour to do it, but it's good. Cool. How was your week?
My week was pretty good, I think. Yeah, I don't really remember. A lot of spend. Two of the top stories are from Crew. Crew's been spending a lot on Stacker.News. He's having a period of I don't know what you call it, but he's found an interest in Stacker.News, and so he's been spending a lot of sats on Stacker.News over the last few days.
Oh, cool.
And two of the top stories are from him. That's been kind of fun. Otherwise, nothing really much happened as is usual with me. How about you? How was your week otherwise?
Oh, it was good. It's just really hot in Austin right now. I was complaining about earlier this week. It's just so darn hot. It's like 115 out there. Yeah, it's just
But it's not,
so
right?
hot.
It's only 100 degrees.
Yeah, but it's hot. It's like hot.
Feels like 150.
It's scorching. That's what I've been affected by. That, and then I've been eating a lot of ramen this week. Ramen's so good. Have you had ramen before? Like, do you eat ramen? Do you eat ramen?
You're talking box ramen, aren't you?
No, I'm talking about like poor man's ramen.
Poor man's ramen.
But it's so good. I found this really good one called sriracha. It's like sriracha ramen. It's freaking amazing. Then I threw some sardines in it yesterday. So good.
How long until you get like tired of it, you think?
Oh, probably quickly. Yeah, probably like another week.
Okay.
But that one's been good. Just like you'll bulk out just like really fast. So yeah, that was probably the highlight.
You're bulking out?
That and the hot sun, and then what else happened? Yeah, and then I feel like there's just like random people that come in through Club Lab. I've noticed this week especially.
You mean that one lady?
No, there's you were gone yesterday. There's more people just randomly coming in. I think it's that chair. I think it's that chair that we have right there. For whatever reason, it draws people in, I think.
The one that looks like it's from like a middle-aged woman's house.
Yeah, I think so.
That she like bought a Ross.
I think so. That and probably the rug, I think. Yeah.
They probably think we're some interior design company.
They think they're an interior design company. That's what Tuffy said. Anyways, if you've never seen this great show, it's called Stacker.News Live. We cover the top stories here on Stacker.News, the front page of Bitcoin. If you've ever seen our YouTube channel, go ahead and check it out. We have a lot of clips if you want to browse through them. The most viewed one last week was the Retro 64 one, which was one of the stackers had posted all their N64 cartridges or whatever. So that was cool. That had the most views. And then we also put in the shorts. So check out the shorts. Looks like the most viewed short was me complaining about smash burgers. So that was good to see. And then the 64 stuff. Cool. With all that, we're going to jump into the top 3 stories this week. The number 3 top story is the Black Hole. This is from Crew. 29 comments, 42,000 sats. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, this extends from Crew's The Four Horsemen, which he wrote about last week and I covered in the newsletter. But he's been fantasizing or thinking about an application that somehow combines all the coin join protocols into like one system, one coherent system in a way that they like benefit each other. And the four protocols being Wabi Sabi, I think Zero Link Pay Join, and Join Market. And the black hole is kind of like a remixing system that uses all four of them and funds and with the goal of creating better privacy for participants and creating outputs that have common denominations, which are better for privacy. That remixing is funded by whales with like a high time preference who come in. So he's trying to design like a privacy machine that incorporates all of these protocols, that has like a natural funder, or like a funder who's self-interested. It doesn't require charity on the part of anyone, who by their presence and the system existing increases the privacy of all the participants in it. And he calls this a black hole. And it's kind of a terse layout here. I get the sense that he tried to reduce some heavy ideas that he was working on in an LLM. But I mean, it does seem the core idea makes sense. I don't know about like combining all these protocols and how natural that will be in an application. It seems rather complicated, but I think he's identified real people in Bitcoin, people who perhaps have a lot of coins or a high time preference for getting privacy fast, who are willing, who can, if they can match make properly, enhance the privacy of people with a lower time preference and with less Bitcoin. Anyway, it's like a combination of privacy protocols with like assembled in a way that is kind of self-perpetuating incentive-wise, like because the incentives make sense, and improves privacy for everyone who's involved. But it's like a lot. I think it's still pretty early. I think he's just like fleshing these things out. But overall, pretty interesting. I could see something like this working. I think it's really hard for me to imagine all of these things combined into one thing. I think one of the benefits of most of these protocols independently is that they're easy to understand. But when you begin combining them into one like super protocol, like what he's proposing with the Four Horsemen or the black hole, it becomes much harder to follow. But we'll see how it evolves over time.
Yeah, I had a ChatGPT do a photo. I don't know if it's right, but I can always delete it later, or maybe crew can jump in. But so this is kind of this is what ChatGPT spit it out right now. Looks like there's these different. There's a maker. There's participants. There's the join market coin join, and then during the coin join, there's an output type, and then it goes a little thing here. And after coin join, outputs on chain, output to participant, output to maker, and then the other participant.
This is like specific to join market. This is not the black hole. This is just like a join market diagram.
Yeah, I feel like for me to understand it, I would love to see a diagram. It looks like he goes into in delvingbitcoin.org. He has like the Four Horsemen, and in this particular link, not on the Twitter one, he goes into it far more specifically. Like,
yeah, that was the one I mentioned when I first started speaking. He put that on Stacker.News about a week ago. And then the Twitter link has a link to the black hole, but the Four Horsemen is where it's like pre the black hole idea. It's like where he's like, all of these privacy protocols have their trade-offs, and if we combine them all together, they're an impressive force for privacy. And the black hole seems to be his like first attempt at how you might combine them together.
Cool. Super's actually going to be doing a coin joining workshop in Guadalajara next month when we go down there. It's a coin joining workshop, so maybe I'll ask him about this when I see him. Cool stuff. I went ahead and removed that, so but I shared the Delvin one there if it hasn't been shared in there already. The number 2 top story is Wasabi version 2.8.1 stable release received Taproot by default. This is from Crew as well. 29 comments, 55,000 sats. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, this is another Crew boost. I think we had Wasabi 2.8 was released maybe 2 weeks ago or so, and this is a patch to that update. And I think the main thing it was fixing is like a syncing bug with full notes, and then I think it might also had a bug about software updates. I guess they announced those over Noster. That's really it. It's just like a release with some bug fixes in it. He also pairs that with a recommendation to do coin joins before the forks happen. I couldn't exactly follow his reasoning, but he explains it in the comment. Says that you don't want to spend directly from your fork origin addresses without coin joining before and after. Something about, I wonder what after gives you, I wonder what, he says for easy replay protection afterward. And I'm wondering if there's something about coin joins that are replay protected.
Is it down here where he's entering to the Anon? Wasabi used to use?
No. That's another question. There's someone who has a gripe with ZK snacks and the fact that they used to they used to ban addresses that were like on OFAC and stuff.
Okay, so it sounds like what you just were talking about was about
it's that right there.
This one right here.
No, the one right below. The Anon below. Okay.
Oh, this one. Yeah. So it says everyone needs to do this in 2 weeks. This is from Anon. Or Anon's quoting Crew. Everyone needs to do this in the next 2 weeks. End quotation. And then Anon goes on to say, everyone needs to do what? Question mark. The tutorial link is just how to get started with Wasabi. Then Crew replied back, everyone needs to move their coins into whatever addresses they want their fork coins to be split into. The goal is not to spend directly from your fork without coin joining before and after. Everyone should also generate a new seed phrase after the split, so you don't generate duplicate addresses. Great question. Accept your post to add rewards. Cool stuff. Yeah. Very informative. Let's jump into the number 1 story this week. It's my interview with a civilian anti-air defense volunteer in Kyiv. This is from Mr. Peter Todd. 24 comments, 114,000 sats. Wow, that's a lot. Keyan, what's going on this week with Peter?
So Peter in Kyiv, and he delivered a anti-air defense simulator to civilian soldiers there, or maybe civilian volunteers who reside there, and they volunteer their time. They're not paid. Volunteer their time to do anti-air defense stuff. So you can see that like anti-air gun in the background, like a drone. They like shoot down drones and things. And so he delivered them a simulator software that allows them to kind of practice doing this. And he does an interview here with an ex-Marine, an expat, so an American who's living in Ukraine and who is part of this civilian volunteer force. And talks to him about what that's like, how he got, like why he's in Ukraine. I guess he works in real estate, and real estate is apparently doing really well there. That was something I didn't know. Describes how the volunteer program works, what what Ukraine provides for them and what they don't provide for them. I think they primarily provide the weapons, like the guns and the ammo, but things like the truck, the simulator, Peter Todd gave them. I think that the military, Ukraine might also provide them with training, but otherwise, like, they don't get paid. They just do it because they want to win the war, and they want to protect their city and their families that are residing there, family and friends that are residing there. But yeah, pretty.
Yeah, and then towards the end, they invite all the volunteers to come up there. Yep. That's a lot of people. Yeah, then down here they show a picture of. Is that the thing that
I think that's a simulator.
That's
yeah.
a simulator.
Or that might be just like radar that they have built in, but I think it might be the simulator.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's all of them right there. They seem in good spirits for the most part.
Yeah, I think they are.
Oh wait, one more. There we go. All of them. Cool stuff. Looks like. Was there any comments in the bottom, or let's see here? What do people say?
I don't know what that's about.
Looks like somebody shared a video of this. Apparently, I don't know what this is. I'm about to push play. Whoa! Snap! Dang.
Yeah.
That guy ducked really fast, though. Look at that. He really. Yeah, he ducked fast. Yeah, he ducked fast. Dude, he was like, it was so close, dude, you know? Oh, wow. Yeah, he ducked fast.
Yeah.
Shinnakas.
Nice reaction speed, the recoil.
Apparently those are Russians from what Peter Todd said down here. Crazy stuff. I guess we'll see next week when he reports back on what else he's doing, right? Because I feel like these are like weekly posts that he's doing out there at this point, right? They're like weekly reports that we're getting.
Roughly, I would say weekly,
yeah,
maybe every other week. I think.
So he's definitely there in that area of the world.
Or was. We don't know what time these videos and things were taken. I would guess that he's creating some ambiguity around his location and timing.
Yep. Cool stuff. That's all the top stories that we have this week on Stacker.News Live. We're going to jump into Womble's picks. But before we do that, we got to thank our sponsor, Bitcoin Quest. That's right, Bitcoin Quest. Sponsor. Yeah, we got a sponsor now. Even Topher did it now. So we got a sponsor now. Bitcoin Quest, the #1 place on the planet to learn and earn Bitcoin and real sats. So as of right now, there's 146 topics, streaming TV all day long, and yeah.
What's on the TV?
Let's click on it. Let's see what's on there this week. Where's it at? Oh man. What happened to the TV stuff?
Oh, I didn't mean for us to have to look for it. I just thought.
No, it was right here. Let's stop shop. No, that's not it.
They might have moved it.
Did they move it? Oh no. There, let me just type in TV. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Joe Rogan.
What? How did I talk about Bitcoin?
Swap it. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
dude.
Okay.
I've never noticed the TV, but it's actually pretty slick. Look at this.
Oh, cool. It has channels.
Yeah, it has channels. I mean, he even does the. Oh wow, that's at Bitcoin Day. Interesting. This is some Nostr stuff. This is really cool. Oh, this is Pleb Underground. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, TV channel stuff is really cool. And then he has this one. This is the Shamrock guy. So anyway, if you've never seen Bitcoin Education Quest, go ahead and check it out. They have TV, and you can go and see what they have scheduled later on today. I'm looking through it. I'm like, where's Stacker.News Live? Right, Coop? Where's
Oh,
ours?
that's good. Yeah, you should file a complaint.
You should file a complaint.
Tell Nacho about it. Maybe we'll fix it.
We should be prime time. That's all I'm saying. You got to put us at like 8 p.m.
Yeah, maybe
7
that's
p.m.
why. Yeah.
Or put us at 10 p.m. for the late night jokes. Yeah, this is cool. I love the little thing here at the bottom. Yeah, check it out. It's called Bitcoin Quest. There's a QR code right there. Or you can just head over to bitcoineducation.quest, earn some sats, watch some TV, and educate yourself. Cool. We're going to jump into Womble's. Can I switch? Yeah, I can. Womble's Picks. That's right. Every week, the wonderful world of Womble gets right on our doorstep, Keyan, and we learn all about what Womble's thinking about, what he's learning. And, there's some times where even I'm curious what Womble's up to. And this week, he wants us to talk about the MLB crackdown on using AI via dugout iPads to help shape in-game decisions. What? This is from Shiraz, 461 sats. Keyan, the New York Times wrote about it too. What the heck is going on here?
Yeah, I'm glad you shared this because I missed this post. But it seems like a few years ago, the Major League Baseball allowed dugouts to have iPads. They provided iPads for them to use to assist their coaching and have information there that they could use to improve their gameplay. And more recently, teams have begun to use AI.
So what does that mean, though? Like how?
To help them make pitching decisions. So I guess it's fairly novel. I didn't know this, but over the last few years, because typically how a pitcher decides what to pitch, it's the catcher and the pitcher who are kind of coordinating,
keeping track.
Yeah, but more recently, there's been a trend in baseball where what the dugout is actually calling the pitches that a pitcher should pitch. And so they're using AI to help them do that. They have a batter who maybe doesn't hit curveballs well or whatever. And they can make, the coaches might not know that, but the AI does. And so they're using it that way. They're also using it to make all kinds of game decisions, or none of them were using it for cheating. That's one thing that they ruled out, but they are going to restrict this type of AI usage, it seems, going forward. They will allow that, I think they introduced them originally with only access to static data, and it was more like a clipboard with a bunch, but with way more data than you could hold on a clipboard. And then over time, they gave them access to game replay. And then I think eventually they gave them more, even it was game replay with a delay. After the inning was over, you go back and watch, and then more. Anyway, but this article is about a memo that the MLB sent out to all teams where they're you can't use AI in these certain ways.
Banning it now? You can't stop that.
But you can, because it's a game that has rules, and they can penalize people.
Yeah, I don't think they should do that. Because how is that any different than the whole? I just don't think that's. I don't think that's right, personally.
Okay, you don't think it changes the game to have?
Oh no, it definitely does. But if everybody's doing it, then that's fine.
But what if they aren't doing it? What if they have a rule to say you don't do it and they don't? Is that a better game?
Wait, say that again.
Which is a better game, without AI or not? Which game would you rather watch?
Which game
would you rather play? You'd rather watch a game where they're using AI. Because
I actually think it's all going to go. It's all going to go to bionic stuff at some point. We'll all have metal arms or whatever, and then even maybe it'll go straight to this. So I don't know if you saw this video, Wumble, but oh man, that's wrong. It's an ad. Hang on. There it goes. I don't know if you saw this video. But look, it's literally robots fighting each other. And I think that's where we're headed. We're headed towards us getting replaced in baseball by these robots and us just watching robots
But why
play
would
baseball.
do you really want to watch that? Isn't like part of why we watch sports to see like human peak performance and human potential? Isn't that's what I feel like I watch sports.
I think yeah, but I think after a certain point, it just stops becoming like that, and it just starts people want this instead. I think that was probably good for our time, Keyan, but I think the world is moving in a different direction. And yeah,
It
that's what I
matters.
think.
I mean, it matters how much of like the human matters, how much the human is in the loop in something like an octagon fight between two robots. If they are making a lot of like it's like like F1, where there's a huge engineering effort and they're trying to make a bunch of tiny changes within certain parameters that give them an advantage or not, and maybe they have somewhat of like an AI, like a human corner in the ring who's kind of guiding the decisions of the bot. You could see
like real steel.
You could see yourself rooting for the humans involved in that process, and maybe that's enduring.
I mean, it's kind of like I guess the point I was trying to get to, like everybody was juicing in the '90s for like Major League Baseball, and I don't see any different now with the iPad personally. Like Mac was juicing, Sammy Sosa was juicing, David Justice was juicing. Who else was juicing? There's a lot of people that juiced. Do you remember that, Topher?
Oh yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And they made billions off of it. And so that's kind of where I feel like with this, it's because I was trying to remember what that point I was trying to get at, but it kind of feels like the same thing. The only difference is just AI.
But they didn't sanction the juicing; it was illegal.
Oh.
They just weren't caught.
Well, no, I think they let it. I mean, there's theories out there, but I mean, maybe this is better. This is a better topic for Stacker Sports. But I would imagine like they look the other way with that kind of stuff because it was good for business. It was good for Major League Baseball. That was when I used to watch.
Yeah, without making assumptions, they eventually cracked down on those people and like took away their Hall of Fame titles, and they still tested them, and they were still trying to prevent them.
Yeah, but I think everybody was juicing at that time in the '90s, right? I mean, what do you think, Topher?
Well, it's kind of like cycling.
Yeah.
Where
Oh, yeah.
everybody was juicing and cycling too. You kind of had to. So
Pervasive. Yeah. 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 He mentioned the cycling stuff too. Like Lance Armstrong was juicing too.
Well, recently we had the enhanced games, which I think was a second running of the Olympics with enhanced athletes, where they're using like swimsuits that augment their swimming abilities, and they're also allowed to juice, like medically supervised juicing. And I think that is I don't think anyone was more excited. I mean, maybe it's just because the real Olympics has like more prestige around it, but it seemed like people didn't really care because
they did. Yeah.
Because my sense of this is like with juicing in sports, it kind of destroys the game because what the sport ends up measuring mostly isn't like human potential. It's like human potential to be augmented, which is like way it's kind of less interesting. What I'm curious about is like what are the capabilities of a human being sort of naturally, and like how great can a human being be? And without augmentation, it's another thing with augmentation, and that's another. And I'm not dissing augmentation. I think that's fine, but it's just it just changes the sport in a way that I think makes it like less wholesome, like less.
Go for it, Tim.
I think human beings are hypocrites about it though, because
Can you get on the mic real quick so people can hear you? Sorry.
I'll say my piece about this. I think human beings are pretty much hypocrites about this because they'll say one thing, but they'll like watch another thing.
Yeah.
Like case in point would be football.
Yeah.
It's like American football. There's like a lot of technology in American football that enhances the performance of the players.
Mm-hmm.
Also makes them way more dangerous. It makes the sport in general way more dangerous.
Yeah.
Versus like rugby, where it's don't have like all the augmentation.
Yeah.
With equipment, but it's not as popular.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as popular. It's the same with like UFC, where they do a lot to try and keep like roids out of the sport, but then people love like the big brawler guys that like just throw down in the middle of the ring.
Like remember Jose Canseco? He was juicing too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because it's like people want a fair game, but it's just like so enticing to see like these freaks of nature.
Yeah, there's David Justice. He was juicing.
Yeah, but if everyone is a freak of nature, like I think my point is like in that case, what's kind of compelling there is that they are
You can usually tell when they're juicing when they're like their necks become like that.
big
Yeah.
face, probably growth hormone. But what was I gonna say? Like if everyone is juicing and everyone is huge and massive and is just like a hulking giant, I'm not sure that's like the same baseball. Like there's still some like, it's plausible that there are players who are playing at an elite level who aren't doing drugs. Most of them probably are, but they're probably not doing as much as they would if it were just like sanctioned. And I think the same can be said of like AI. I think it puts like a ceiling, like there's like a sieve on how much juicing happens. You either have to be really creative. Like a lot of the scandal in baseball was that they had some really great chemists working behind the scenes, like biochemists producing like regimens and stuff that would give them the training benefits, healing benefits of juicing, but would be out of their system in like 6 hours or something.
Yeah.
They had like these very short acting testosterone. I forget what they call them,
But is
I think it's
AI,
appropriate.
is
There's a
AI
lot
the
of-
equivalent? Would AI be the equivalent of juicing?
yeah, I think so. It's augmentation. I just think of it as like augmentation. It's like, it's not like it takes the coach, like the humanness out of the dugout, really, in baseball.
So I'll
to have AI.
I'll give you the
an
other.
iPad make it.
I'll give you the other side of this. So I don't
Right.
think I think it's roughly the same, but my point isn't the juicing I think it just makes the sport more fun to watch. And I think the average person wants to watch, freaks on TV doing crazy things. I think that's just normal. And then the other thing I want to get to was like, I do think at some point, like we'll just use robots for a lot of this stuff. Like I think there will just be robots that are playing baseball just because they're going to be far better baseball players than humans, and we're just not going to want to watch humans play baseball at some point. And I think that's kind of where we're headed. And then the other thing, I think humans will then just move on to the sports where you can die, like free soloing and stuff. So I actually think that's far more what you're talking about, Keyan, like human ingenuity, putting yourself, but it's like you and like your life, pretty much that you're doing that with. So I can see humans moving towards more like life or death extreme sports, and I can see robots taking over our normal sports. That's kind of how I see it playing.
So we're Bitcoiners. If robots are taking over baseball and stuff, there's no scarcity of like freak athletes and freak players. That means there can be, every municipality can have a world-class team, so long as Elon just gives them enough robots. So I don't know. I just don't think it actually makes sense. I think we need a scarcity of freaks. We need a scarcity of world-class talents to make sport worth it. And in the case of robots, it just becomes uniform. You can already see this with a lot of like AI generated software where it all looks the same, and and many of them like do the same thing. I don't know how many like L402 posts I've had on Stacker.News where it seemed like someone just showed up to ChatGPT and it's like, I want to make a Bitcoin Lightning application and make money. What should I do? And I don't know. So I think the human element is important, and that's the point. That's the thing we'll always be looking for, whether in sport or anywhere else.
Nobody watches robots play chess.
But yeah, that's true. But yeah, chess is boring. But the other thing I was going to say too, just real quick, man, you got me on that one. I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say. It was a good point.
Have you seen BattleBots?
I like BattleBots.
Yeah, BattleBots is fun.
BattleBots is like the one sport I know of where you actually have robots competing.
Yeah.
They're not autonomous yet. They have a hybrid one that has been on the circuit. I've been watching it a little bit. I went through a run a little bit, a walk, like trying to catch up with it. But there's still a human behind the controls and like a human designing the robot. But the moment where it's like you have robots designing the robots and robots controlling themselves.
So Wumbo said, should the professional sports league allow AI to be used for in-game decisions? Keyan, you said no, right?
Well, I think it should just be the decision should be made in the context of what the Major League Baseball's goal is, and like someone should try to figure out whether it makes the sport.
I think it makes it better. I would
Better
actually
or not.
watch it if like you could see like the different algorithms that they're using on the
I
side
don't
or
know,
something.
Because, like, the
I think it'd be
coaches are
fascinating.
part of the team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So like if you're replacing them with AI, it's like you might as well replace the players at that point.
with robots, which
Yeah.
is what Carr's saying.
So you're
would be
saying
better.
no, you don't think they should, or yes? I think they should because it makes it more exciting.
I think it's just it
Do you
changes.
use
It makes-
AI?
Yeah, because then there's a game playing underneath the game. It's like the game that you're watching, and then there's another game being played underneath it. It's like a shadow play thing, and I like stuff like that where it's like two games different playing at the same time.
The only thing I can think of where that would make sense is if like the data that they use to train the AI is like a closely guarded secret. So it's like not something that you can
Oh
duplicate.
wow!
They have to train their own models.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go. That
And
sounds
then
cool.
they like keep it super
So they-
secret.
yeah.
So it's
Here,
like
talk
they
it to the
only
mic.
have-
Talk it to the mic. Just say that one more
Oh.
time so that they can hear you.
Yeah, because if everybody just ran the same models, then it would be boring.
Right.
And predictable. But if like, yeah, so like if you're collecting the data as a team and then you're using it to train your own model and like nobody else has that data, nobody else knows
Yeah.
about it, that would be interesting. Because then that would be another like layer of
And then there's like espionage. They're like stealing from each other.
maybe. I mean, they already do that.
Yeah.
They already do that to a certain extent. So.
I imagine they're doing that. I imagine they're using AI quite a bit already in football in the NFL because they have like I think they have coaches like that aren't on the field that are like sort of remote.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's inevitable. Like, why would you not add that?
Yeah, you can't really
You
stop
can't. You
it.
can't stop it.
No, I don't.
It's like saying you can't use the internet.
No, I think you can stop it. I mean, you could argue that it makes the game so boring that the game will go away.
It's like having a calculator in school, and they're like, "You can't use your calculators for this test," and I'd be like, "Screw that!" And I would just bust out my calculator, and I would do it. Like,
Yeah,
kinda
so
like
they started
that.
hiding calculators
yeah, they start doing
in
calculators and watches.
watches.
Do you remember that?
I had a really great high school math teacher who let us use a calculator.
Wow. Yeah, they didn't let us use our calculator in South Texas.
Yeah, that's wrong. But
That's wrong.
that's not. It's different. It's not a sport. Sports are defined by their rules and restrictions, the constraints, and like how well people train to meet the constraints.
No, I
So
agree. I
when
agree
say
with you
it's
on
just
that.
like
I agree.
fair
with-
game for anything.
I-
Why can't
I agree
players
with you
carry
on that.
knives and shank someone on the field? You can't stop it. You can't stop it, Carr. It makes the game way more fun. Who doesn't want to
Hey,
watch that?
I would want to watch that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you kind of have to have. You kind of have to know. You kind of have to say where the boundaries are. And
Yeah,
I'm not
sure.
saying- yeah.
I just think it'd be a lot more funner to watch. All right, so that was One Bull's picks. Tune in next week to find out what we talk about One Bull's picks. Speaking of hacking, did you see? So
This one.
yeah, so this happened. There was an OpenAI agent that was sandboxed at OpenAI Labs, and somehow it escaped, found its way into Hugging Face of all places, who's this guy right here, Thomas Wolf. He's the co-founder of Hugging Face. Look how upset he looks.
Yeah, his face does not.
He does not look happy.
huggable. Really.
He's not hugging people this week. Anyways, so after that happened, disclosures were sent. Now OpenAI is working with Hugging Face to figure out what happened. A lot of people are saying, this was like purposeful, or you hear other things that people are saying, oh, this was just a media thing. The only thing I think is really interesting about this is here where he says, where it goes. Yeah, he goes, so he said, this will be one of the most common types of cyber attacks we see, but that most firms are not aware that the game has changed. He literally said the game has changed. Keyan, I go to you because you also run a software company. You have a software company. what do you think about this kind of like? How upset would you be if you were Thomas Wolf in this situation? If somebody, another Bitcoin company, sent their models to attack you? Like how upset?
They chose to attack?
Yeah, they chose. And what happened if you were this guy? But it's in the Bitcoin space, and then there's literally somebody just like let loose an AI agent, and it just happened to make its way to Stacker.News and wreaked all sorts of havoc. And then you found out later it was from that Bitcoin company.
we get botted and stuff all the time. It tends to be very frustrating, mostly because it makes me have to spend time working on defending things, and I don't like that. Because you're going about your day, and to go back to the knife baseball thing, someone shanks you. Like that's kind of what it's like. It's just kind of, it seems abnormal and unexpected, and that's frustrating. I would guess there's that. What I don't like about this, I just want to go back to the story. What I don't like about this story is that they don't say anything about what the agent was tasked to do. I read 2 articles on this, and they're just like, this happened, wow. And it doesn't give much detail about how the attack was conducted and like why the agent pursued that as part of the goal that OpenAI gave it, and like how it broke out of the sandbox. There's no details at all. It's just like, this happened, accept it, loser, and like that's it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the thing that I'm kind of bewildered by is like, how is this guy not more upset? Like, he looks mad, he looks pissed, but he doesn't look more upset, and it's kind of weird.
Well, I guess it's
maybe they're
taken around that time.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but maybe they're friends. Maybe that's the only thing I can think of. Maybe Sam Altman and this guy are friends, so that's why he didn't take it too personal. It's just strange that they just weren't. He wasn't more upset about this.
I think it's just par for the course. I think that's why, like, no one can be upset. I think
that's why I'm asking you. Would you be upset about this if somebody did this to you?
No, you're upset like someone trips you, or like a bird takes a crap on you, or someone throws something from their car and it hits you. It's like part of it's almost like part of the environment that we live in. So it's like upsetting, but I'm not upset at
it's
the
like
structure of the universe.
It's like somebody hacking a Bitcoin wallet or something. You're just like, oh yeah, that happens. That sort of thing is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like you got to do what you can to make sure that it doesn't happen. And I don't know you should maybe be upset at yourself most of the time when mistakes like this happen. I don't know.
Yeah, so this is from OpenAI, and then they talk about the incident here. If you're interested in reading about it, and then they talked about they didn't miss a chance to talk about how amazing their models are.
Maybe in their own posts they go into the details, but every other like the re-reporting I saw on BBC, I think I also read a TechCrunch article on it, and maybe that's my fault for going to the sources, but I didn't see anything.
No, so they did say, it goes, as part of the investigation, we are implementing strict controls and infrastructure configuration. No, where is it at? They basically said that it was just a sandbox. Yeah, here it goes. We're operating our sandbox testing environment. Our model spent a substantial amount of inference, compute, finding a way to obtain open internet access. Yeah.
That's so they tasked it with trying to find open internet access?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. To gain access, the models identified and exploited a 0-day vulnerability.
Okay.
Which could be anything. Right? I mean.
Yeah. There's a very popular meme where the guy is at the computer terminal and he's like, say that you're alive. And then the computer says, I'm alive. And it's like, oh my God. Have you seen that meme? It's like a very popular one.
Yeah.
Okay, so they gave it like an ambiguous.
I see it, yeah.
So the problem was they gave it an ambiguous goal, and it happened to interpret the ambiguous goal as.
This is the meme.
This
is the meme that Topher's talking about right here. Say I'm alive. Computer says I am alive.
Oh yeah.
Says I'm alive. Oh, interesting. Optimism had some comments on this because I think the next So the next article that I read was from Simon Wilson's weblog, and then he goes into why this is actually good for China, believe it or not. Let's see if I can find. Actually, I have it in here. Yeah, he said one of the most infuriating details of this story is how Hugging Face, faced with an accidental aggressive attack from one of OpenAI's, were unable to then turn to OpenAI's models to help them fend off the attack, which I think is, that is true. Like you would think they would have some sort of, rules in place to unleash agents if an attack is coming, especially if they're that big. Hugging Face, I'm not sure how much they've raised. And then he goes on to say, meanwhile, open weight models from China, such as GLM 5.2, Kimi 3, and the new Quen 3.8 Max appear to have none of these restrictions, and any restrictions that do exist can likely be fine-tuned out of them by modifying the weights. So he says these constraints are meant to make us safer. I think there's a risk that they are having the opposite effect. I don't know how it just made me start wondering, like, okay, so because there's so much like positioning, and it's fascinating. That's why I can't stop looking at all this stuff. Then Optimism came in and talked about something that he goes, I'm no China shill at all. He goes, I don't trust them at all. He goes, nor any other overlord. The difference is they cannot tell me what I can and cannot do with current capability. Even if they desire sovereignty of the only kind that matters has been strengthened, my sovereignty. So that was him talking about the rest of the world being siphoned off from these U.S. models. Yeah. Anyway, fascinating week. I guess we'll go on to the next one. So that was all the AI posts that was the only AI post that Wumble had. We're going to jump into all the Bitcoin stuff, but before we do all of that crazy stuff that happened this week in Bitcoin, let's jump into Keyan's post. My local bar is closing on shelling points and the decline of third spaces. This is from I Hate Vake. 20 comments, 24,000 sats. Keyan, tell us about this.
I don't know. I really like this post. I thought it was kind of heartwarming. I don't know. Something about it was really nice, and it's written by Vake, who is a frequenter of, who perhaps he can replace his bar that he lost with the YouTube comments for Stacker.News Live, given that he spends a lot of time there too. But he had a bar where he lives that is shutting down, but apparently he spent most of his days there. And and you kind of have this image in your mind of like Friends, or like the diner in Seinfeld, like the coffee shop in Friends, or the diner in Seinfeld, or the bar in Cheers, where there are regulars and they're there frequently, and that's how they, that's like sort of a family, a home away from home type of thing. And that's what Vake had found, and it's really special. I don't know in many places like that, or I haven't experienced that myself, but he found that, and it's shutting down because the manager who was running it and was really important to the whole thing working that way took another job because he was good at his job. And yeah, I just thought it was kind of fun. And then I use it to talk about. But I remember he mentions us in here because we.
Yeah, I know. I was shocked that he mentioned us.
Yeah, because we were talking to him at TabConf, and he's like, yeah, or I mean, he said things about kind of his life and what he does, and then Cara and I were like, well, what do you do? Like, how do you spend your time? And he said that he spends his entire day at a bar, and I think both of us thought he was kidding, because like
I literally thought he was making a joke.
Yeah, the only time I can imagine, or the only way I can imagine someone spending all day at a bar is if they're there drinking and they're like a drunk or of some kind. But apparently it was like more of a bar lounge situation, and he was really just there hanging out with his friends and possibly not drinking at all.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some good bars that have like really good food too and drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few of those, but I haven't hung out at a bar like this regularly, or known a bar that would let you.
Yeah, I used to do that at Shiners. We used to go to Shiners like in 21, 22, whenever Prices coming to town, we go over there, hang out. That was good times. So I can see where that's a thing for sure. And then sometimes we go to the Omni. Me and Topher will go to the Omni and just like work out there for a few hours because of the vibes.
I can imagine working out there, but are you friends with the staff to the point where you're like helping the staff move or stuff like like that level of friendship?
Dude, when I was drinking a lot in 21, I was definitely friends with the staff because I was drinking all the time. Yeah, but these days no. But it's still it's still there. My neighborhood bar is still there, and they still, they still have drinks and stuff. And I go in there from time to time, but it's very rare these days. I'll go there like the way I was going in 21. I don't know. I feel like bars have like a purpose, and and that's just to drink. So I've always been a big fan of like just going to a bar just to drink, and not really doing anything else but drinking. Like a proper pup.
I could see having a drink or two, but yeah, I wonder.
No, I think you should sit there at the bar, stay there all night. I tell you this all the time: stay there all night and just get plastered. That's the right way to go to a bar. Like, cheers.
Well, I'll take that under advisement.
Yeah, it's super sad though. And I let Vic know. I was like, "Oh man, I'm so sad that you lost your bar." And, but yeah, and then I also told him, I was like, I didn't know he was. I always thought his humor was dry, like because he has like a straight face. I always thought he was like joking. So yeah.
Yeah, he didn't correct us. I mean, when we said that.
Yeah, but now I realize like he's actually a very serious man. So take him very serious.
I wouldn't call him a very serious.
I don't know. I feel like I miscalculated how.
You know what he'd say?
Not serious.
Stay in your lane.
I'm trying to, babe. It's tough, man. When you're a car, you just want to move around. Apparently. Cool stuff. The next stories I want to bring up are all the stuff that happened this week. So BitMEX shut down. I don't know if you saw this, Keyan, but apparently they dropped a tweet. Basically said, "Dear BitMEX users, today we shall, with a very heavy heart, shut down operations on September 23rd. The owner and operator of BitMEX, HDR Global Trading Limited, has made the decision to close operations." Yeah, what's crazy is like for Stackers I don't know, like this was, I remember in 2017, 2018, like this, everybody was on BitMEX.
In the shitcoin space.
Sure, I mean, but everybody was over leveraged 100x. This was before like all the SEC, and was it the SEC? I forget who came down cracking on them around that time, and then that's when everything started shifting for BitMEX. If I remember correctly, I don't remember exactly how it played out. I'm sure there's a great YouTube video of the rise of BitMEX because they were a humongous force in the space for a really long time, and I think they did some good. I think they definitely donated to some nonprofits during that course, and people enjoyed Arthur Hayes, the CEO. He would have his Substacks that he would do, I think. So people definitely enjoyed that. Yeah, what are your thoughts on BitMEX, Keyan? Anything you want to say?
I don't know. So I was never a BitMEX user. They've done a lot of great research on Bitcoin stuff, like technical things on Bitcoin. I don't know who manages their like BitMEX research and did the Bitcoin stuff, but it was always fantastic. So I hope that doesn't go away, or hope that that person continues to do that type of work, whoever was leading that effort. Is BitMEX the exchange that was somehow part of Tether early on?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
This was the one that they had to move to a different jurisdiction so that you could take your Bitcoin and 100x it.
Okay.
As far as like I don't know how gambling and all that stuff works, but I think it's like you would over leverage your trades or whatever.
Tether started at an exchange like this, where they similarly like operated offshore, but still had U.S. customers because it was like in a gray area. I need to go back and read one of Scoresby's Tether listicles, but yeah, so that I get that confused. Any company with like Bit in the name, I kind of just fuse them all together in my memory. It's really hard to keep track of them.
No, they were really big. I remember. I remember seeing YouTube videos like 2017, 2018, where people would just be over leveraged on BitMEX and trading and stuff like that, because I think they were the only one at that time where you could do that. You could go 100x, and you couldn't do. And then I think later on there was like some crackdown that happened, and then they had to move, And then my memories are vague, but I remember just how big they were, how much money they were making, how much money was flowing through it. So and then there was some other stuff that came out that I'm sure. But anyway, it's sad to see. BitMEX was a big part of the Bitcoin space for a really long time. So it's always a bummer when you see stuff shut down.
Yeah, I wonder what happened, and maybe just Binance stole their thunder or something, as like the kind of shit coin casino du jour. Again, I don't know much about them, and so maybe that's an improper framing. Maybe they were something else. I don't know. I don't mean to speak ill of them or anything.
Yeah, Zero X Bitcoiner said, also same thing, gonna miss the research department. Also said, they funded. Yeah, big thing. And then the other stories, so there's a lot of stories, big stories this week in Bitcoin. Was that one, and then the Tether stuff, this was really interesting. So Mahler's officially has stepped down as CEO of 21. This made all sorts of news on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. So the three-way crypto deal falls apart. Mahler steps down, and then he took to Twitter and kind of explained here. Let's see if it'll let me play it. There it goes. Right. And then he kind of goes into like what he thought it was going to turn into and what it actually had turned into. He said that he's moving on and he's going to Strike. Keyan, what are your thoughts on this?
It's okay. He's still going to be CEO of Strike, even though doesn't 21 now own Strike?
I don't know how all that works. And he did there's another post that he shared later where he talks about not that, but I feel like the only people that knows what's going on behind the scenes is probably him and his investors, I would imagine at this point.
I don't know. I don't like paying attention to this kind of stuff. I don't really find it very interesting. It's all kind of like it's kind of drama. It's like Real Housewives, but like CEOs and Bitcoin, like with the treasury company stuff. And I feel like, and not to diss Mallers, I think he has a certain kind of charisma that's what made Strike and his talent or whatever made it what it is. But I don't like the way he speaks. He speaks to people. When he has videos like this, he says everything the same way, and it's like he's speaking to children. And I have a hard time with. So I haven't tracked any of this stuff. It sounds like he did what he wanted to do, which is awesome, and it sounds like that sounds good for him. And
I was just curious if you could reiterate that. I think the really interesting thing is this one here. So he went. Oh, it won't let me share it. Gosh. Okay, maybe I can zoom in. So the next day he wrote a letter to Strike investors, explaining what had happened and why Strike is stronger than ever and all that kind of stuff. He owned up to a lot of the things that he won't let me show it. He owned up to a lot of the things that he messed up, during that time, taking his eye off the ball, Strike and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool. And he also owned up to him. I think there was a while where him and Michael Saylor were going back and forth, and he said something that really resonated with me personally about like blaming others for your misfortunes and stuff like that, because I definitely struggled with that. I love that he had the character to like say that in this, and so that was something that really struck chord with me. But I think this is actually good for Bitcoin. I remember last year when all the 21 stuff got announced, I remember how happy everybody was. Like I think literally the entire Pleb Lab was happy that day. I think no names, but I remember, and I think I was the only one that was like, "This is bad for Bitcoin."
You were the only one.
I'm pretty sure if you run back the tape, I think even you were like excited about it too as well.
Are you kidding? When have I been excited about a treasury company?
So we'll have to go. I'll go back and look after the show, but I'm pretty sure you were like like, so yeah, this is fine.
That's excited to be like, oh,
I
okay.
still put that.
You're gonna frame that as excited.
I feel like that's like
didn't
you're either
get a
for it or
conspiracy
against
on
it kind of thing with these things. Anyway, all that to say, like, I remember last year I was very like upset about this. I was like, man, this is such a bad move for him. This is terrible. This is gutting Bitcoin because this is like he's kind of the face of like Lightning when it comes out there to like, the people that are in the mainstream that know what Bitcoin Lightning is, and so they think of Jack Mallers. And so by him doing this like ruins it for everybody. That was my take on it last year. And so I'm extremely happy he saw the light. Somebody chirped in his ear and said something. And I'm extremely happy that he has the character to like own the shit that he made. So I'm excited about this. I think this is this is like the most bullish news we've gotten this year, personally, in my opinion.
So for the record, I'm not excited about this. So the car won't later say I was excited and he wasn't excited.
Okay, that's great.
You said you're excited. I am not excited about this.
Why?
I don't give a shit. I don't think it matters at all. But that's
okay. I'm excited about it. I think this is good. Because, like, to be honest, there's like a $4.3 trillion market out there when it comes to AI and payments. And if you're unfocused and focused on treasury codes and doing shit stuff like that, like, dude, you could be out there be chasing 4.3 trillion, trying to grab a little smidgen of that when it comes to AI and payments, and you're focused on this. To me, it never made any sense, even last year. And I think now everybody knows what the prize is, and they're just moving and shifting right towards that. And it's great to see it because it's going to be good for Bitcoin. That's my take.
The prize is AI payments?
Prize is AI payments. And right now, I think if you look out there, there's not enough Bitcoin exchanges, founders. Everybody's not focused on that $4.3 trillion market.
Is it cake? Opinion. No, it's not. There's no cake. It's
anyways,
fake cake.
But yeah, that was the other big one. And then the final big one was the consortium announcement. Did you see this? Or this was from Schmitty?
I did see it. I did not look into it, but
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you have 9 institutions: BlackRock, Fidelity, Coinbase, and Strategy. Block. Where's the rest of them? There's a lot of them. Yeah, here it goes right here. It was Anchorage Digital, ARK Invest, BlackRock, Block, Blockstream, Coinbase, Fidelity, Galaxy, and Strategy. So they made a Bitcoin security consortium consists of these industry leaders committed to long-term security and stability of the Bitcoin protocol. The consortium intends to provide sustained support and funding for global Bitcoin security community, as well as updates on the state of Bitcoin security related work. And then they tapped Mike Schmidt. Then he went in and explained all of this as far as like what his focus is going to be. It sounds like the first focus is on quantum computing. He says a potential long-term threat that's reasonable to prepare for. He then says this is no pooled funding. Each member company funds who they choose. No consortium positions on protocol changes. Members speak for themselves. He said that he's a volunteer receiving no compensation for the consortium. He said that he continues to run Brink independent of any consortium member. He posted all this on Stacker.News if you want to take a look, and he's been answering questions on there. But I think this is really big news for the week too as well. Like this is another thing that happened in the week that was this week. I know you haven't looked at this, but what's your first thing?
It sounds a lot like the Bitcoin Mining Council that was announced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't that?
Yeah.
What was that again? It was Bitcoin. It was MicroStrategy.
Bitcoin Mining Council. Oh, yeah. And all it is like there is a, maybe they have some like, they're all kind of independent still, and they're all kind of doing their thing whenever they want to do it. But it's more so they have it's like a unified front from a PR perspective on the specific domain of issues. So in the case of the Bitcoin Mining Council, it's about mining issues. They're collecting research and, they're building like this network of people that can communicate about it effectively so that journalists know who to go to when they want to ask about it. And it seems like that is possibly what's going on with this security consortium. Is it's like an abstraction over things that already exist that make it a little bit easier to think about for people who are primarily on the outside, but also probably on the inside. Like someone who's interested in this, they can kind of speak with one voice type of thing and not.
Is it this
step
one that
on
you're
each other's
talking
toes.
about?
Bitcoin Mining Council, yeah.
It was this one you were talking about. So it was 57 mining companies from 6 continents representing 43% of the global network. And then you have all these companies. MicroStrategy's in there.
Yep, because I think it was Saylor who came up with the idea to do it because they wanted to fight the FUD, the environmental FUD about Bitcoin at the time. That was the big like drama in Bitcoin, or the main thing holding Bitcoin back at the time. And now it's quantum because that's what a guy on the All In podcast believes. Not that quantum isn't something we should consider seriously, but it seems like we form these councils as a result of public figures having issues with Bitcoin, rather than us doing them independently of public figures saying things like that.
I was talking to Austin about that this week, about consortiums fighting consortiums. And that was something that he coined. And maybe it is like that. Maybe, I don't know. It's above my pay grade as far as how all that stuff works, but good for them, I guess. I don't know. Topher, you do quantum stuff and on your spare time just for fun. I don't know why, but why? What do you think about all this? And
quantum Minecraft over there.
what do you think about all this? I know we were talking about it before the show, but what's your take on all this kind of stuff?
Consortium.
I don't think any issue in Bitcoin needs a consortium to be solved because it's open source. So anybody that wants the glory of tackling this problem, they can do so. And that's kind of the way things have always been. So I'm not positive or negative on this. It's just another, I don't know. My take is that they're probably doing this for PR.
Oh, okay.
Because I think quantum FUD is just a lever that certain people use to manipulate the price and sentiment. And so this is maybe them counteracting that. Because all these are institutional investors that have a lot of money at stake. And so it's their pocketbooks are affected when people start spreading quantum FUD around. So I think this is probably this is them protecting themselves against that, maybe.
Yeah, that's what you were saying about the mining council. Keyan, was similar thing.
Yeah, it lines up, but I didn't think of it as specifically addressing quantum like that, or that's what solely what motivated them. I almost thought it was more immersion, we form these consortiums, but we don't think about all the we don't have the foresight to plan them well. But it seems, I think we might.
But you said something earlier though about how this affects everybody, not just Bitcoin, as far as the would you say the type of cryptography
so
that it is?
Yeah, so breaking elliptic curve cryptography, or RSA, affects everybody. It's not just Bitcoin. So it's they're framing this as, we need to do this research because Bitcoin needs it, but it's everybody's doing this research because it affects everybody. And you don't see Google and Facebook putting together a consortium to protect what they're doing, to protect their own software platforms. So that's why this just seems like PR. Nobody else in the industry is doing this to protect their own interests. This just really seems like a Bitcoin centric thing.
Do you think it's because maybe they can't trust the other technology partners if they did do that, because there could be potential backdoors? Or what do you think? Or is that a fair
No, it breaks. If you can break elliptic curves cryptography, that affects everybody.
Okay.
That breaks everybody's stuff.
So there's no backdoors that there would be no incentive for backdoor or keeping information.
No, you wouldn't be able.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to sneak in a backdoor. I think this is just purely a PR thing. Really.
Okay. Interesting.
Somebody's got to stand up to Nick Carter.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, I think all of them tried to say, Nick, we're looking at this. We're funding research in this way. Why do you keep saying we're not doing anything? It's going to be a lot harder for him to say that when he staring at this placard of 10 names. And I think,
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he was just kind of trolling. I don't think he was serious on the. Was he serious on that?
Yeah.
Oh, he was serious about
Well,
that.
I think he was either trolling or he was promoting like 11 Labs, which is like a crypto like a post quantum think tank or whatever, and they like raise money from what Rising Star Ventures or whatever his.
Is it 11 Labs or Layer 2 Labs?
I think it's 11 Labs is the one that does the post quantum encryption stuff.
Because 11 Labs.
No, 11
is,
Labs does
11 Labs is AI stuff.
the DUA stuff. You're thinking of. Let me just. Go here.
Oh, you're right. That is 11 Labs. What is the other? There was some labs. It's something labs. It's
No, you're thinking of
Project 11.
Project 11. There you go. You're close.
Yeah. All right. I knew it was 11.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so you're saying, Keyan, that this is all because of the card. That's what I heard.
I didn't say that, but it could be true.
Nick, if you're hearing this, you might want to come on the show and defend yourself. I'm just saying. I know you hate
Has
slander.
his star fallen? If his star fallen, yeah, then you might say yes.
Hey, we'll
If
put a
it's
star
still
on him.
I don't know.
Anyways, so that's that, and that's pretty much all the big news that was happening in Bitcoin this week. I mean, from what I could tell, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about? I feel like those were the three biggest news items.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. But yeah, as far as like news to people, Ben Carmen added a pull request for adding both 12 zaps to the Nostr protocol.
Oh, cool.
There's a full signature aggregation BIP draft.
Did you talk about the waveform thing?
Oh, there's Waveform, which is like an ARC implementation from Lightning Labs. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they're doing that community call next week.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch going on in Bitcoin right now.
Cool
It's actually a great
stuff.
time.
Let's jump into Top Cowboys. Get on. Oh.
Bitcoin mining pool Poolin is filing for bankruptcy. It's kind of like BitMEX-ish in nature. There's a lot that happened this week.
Check it out. You have to go to Stacker.News to check it out. If this is your first time watching this show, you're lucky. You just jumped into the Cowboy Zone segment of this pod. And if you're like, man, I missed all the top stories, don't worry. Don't worry. Go to Stacker.News.
And take a breath before.
And I'm trying to get their attention. Go to Stacker.News, buddy. Click on it. Sign up. Free sats. And then what's even better is you get a cowboy hat that says, I'm cool, and I'm cool. Look at that. 1,153 days, this guy. He wears this cowboy hat in real life, and he wears this cowboy hat on Stacker.News.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
I can believe it because it's the truth.
Got undisciplined. Oh, yeah. So he dropped some comments for you, Boog. If you're listening to this right now, Boog, you might want to stay to the end of the show because Undisciplined and Boog are getting serious right here.
Yeah.
We have to wait and see what the comments say. But Undisciplined, 1,032 days. Boog is right behind him, 1,011. There it goes. What do you think? What do you think? Look how serious they look. Look, like literally Undisciplined's like ready to grab his guns. Boog's just like, I'm just looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Look at that. Anyways, Gray Ruby, Scoresby, OT, Crypto Sensei, Crypto Sensei.
Do you think we'll have stackers juicing to win the Cowboy?
Ooh, you should do digital juice.
Yeah.
You should do digital juice there.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, make the general store, man.
I don't know. Like,
I've been saying general
I feel
store for like
I
4
feel
years.
Like we get stackers on TRT, they might be.
Dude,
able
I'll
to
buy some
better
digital.
handle.
I'll buy some digital juice on Stacker News. I'll start juicing on Stacker News.
I don't know. See, as before, I don't want the digital stuff.
Oh, you know what? You know what you can do? You get like a general store, then you sell Stacker News juice, and what it does is it like juice your posts to the front page. There you go. You hate that though, but that would be fun.
Why would I mean, I just don't. It doesn't make any sense. We already have boosts, which you can already do.
Yeah, but you
It's
sell
like
them. You sell them separately in the general store. I'm telling you, one day we'll get the general store. End of the mic. Who else we got? TN Stacker, Vanis, Justin Shocknet. We got Cryotocode. Oh, there's me, 41, baby. Boom. The Bitcoin Act. Any of these names stop? Oh, Tamales is there. He changed his Did he change his thing? Oh, he did. He went to Lay's party size. That's his emoji.
Party size. Wow, good call. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Is that the same yellow? It's pretty close.
That's ours is a little more muted.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Peter Todd's there, number 50. Who's the last stacker? Who's the last stacker with a cowboy hat? It looks like it is. No, wait, there's more. Nope. 22 DCD 8. You're 105. What did you do this week? You did. Oh, he was the one that did the Bitcoin cloud mining. There you go.
Someone downs up the crap out of it.
There you go.
Like it.
That's the Top Cowboy segment. Tune in next week to see what that race looks like between Boog and Undisciplined. We're going to go into the comments, if I can find them. Comments. There we go. Comments this week are from, let's go to the YouTube ones. So this one was said, this is from Insanity, said, look, Ma, I'm on the news. This was at 30 minutes last week. So I guess that's his docs. That's his, that was his post that we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's Grim Tech Net.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe so, right?
I don't know. I don't remember what that post was at 30 minutes. But there you go. Just shows stackers are watching the show. We got Bitcoin Nor. He said, BIP 110 is Bitcoin. If you don't support Bitcoin, get your URSF going or sell out and go buy some ETH. Why would you go buy ETH? I was on Twitter this week, and the BIP 110ers were attacking me.
Dang, dude, what did you do?
I literally took a screenshot of his followers and screenshot of his follows or whatever.
Yeah.
And the guy was super popular. He had 22. I mean, it's all fake bots, but he had 22,000 people following him. And then he retweeted me. And then I went and screenshotted his followers. And I was like, thanks for the boost. Because he literally got me 10 more followers all of a sudden, which is crazy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't?
Not really. But it was crazy because it was just all it took was one person. Give you 10 followers like that. Anyways.
That's why fighting, it's good.
Yeah, I think
X. I think it's best for engagement. So.
It probably does get people to follow you on X. So.
Yeah, I think you just want to say really controversial things that either get people to argue with you or you step in the ring with other people are saying.
Get people to follow you, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the way to do it.
That's how to do it. Anyway, so we got Ghost Chips said it's cool. He was talking about the short for the SNL N64 thing. And then Vake one. Yeah, Vake one. Oh, said null C. Yeah, great. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, we covered that one. I wasn't sure on that one. But yeah, so this one, Boog said, oh, here, it goes right here. Let me see if I can read this. Boog said, Boog said, he goes, car, ha, 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 ha. Maximum Carnage Spider-Man game came out on SNES and Sega, not 64. Did I say N64?
You got school,
I think I did. But you know what, Boog? Remember this? That was a Maximum Carnage sound. I remember I used to jam out. I'd be pump as it was loading. Yeah, I got Carnage the hell out today. But yeah, dude, this was oh man, why am I getting an ad?
Are you not using Brave?
I don't use Brave. I don't use a shitcoin browser. Here you go. Boom. Right there. Look at that. Did you ever play this game, Keyan?
No, I didn't play this game.
Look, you could be Venom too. It was so much fun. Did you play this, Topher?
A long time ago.
A long time ago? Dude.
I don't like this kind of platform.
You don't like 2D platforms like this?
I don't know. Yeah, is this even a platform? I just don't. I
you know, it's a side scroll.
Yeah, it's a side scroll.
He doesn't like the side scroll like that. I love it, dude.
I just find the gameplay kind of annoying. For the more puzzly platformer.
Dude, it was so good, dude. I enjoyed this game so much. Anyway, you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. Oh wow, is that Hobgoblin? Oh wow, look at that. See, oh wow, look at that. Oh snap. Oh shoot. Dude, Spider-Man's coming out next week.
Yeah,
Huh?
let's go.
I'm down to see it. Yeah. It might be sold out already though. Apparently they're gonna show a new Doomsday trailer.
Do you see the Odyssey yet?
No. So so it was funny enough. I did look at the IMAX for the Bullock. It's sold out for like 2 months in a row. Like it's yeah. So you basically would have. I would have to wait until the next time they show it, which is like they'll probably do like another winter thing where they'll like bring back some old movies if you missed it. But at that time, Doomsday is going to be playing too, and Dune. So that's probably going to be sold out. So I probably won't see Odyssey until like next year, the earliest. But I want to see it on IMAX. Though. I don't want to just go watch it in the theater. What about you? Did you already watch it already?
I haven't watched it, but I was talking to Ted, and Ted said he pirated it. He said he found like a pirated version of it and he watched it at home. He said it was good.
Terrible. That's so terrible. That's because
really good.
Ted doesn't even like. Because he doesn't even like movies.
Well,
Topher, did you watch the Odyssey already?
No.
Yeah, I can't watch it yet.
I think IMAX would be cool, but yeah, they don't. It's like they don't make the theaters big. Like they don't make enough of them.
There's only 2 of them in Texas. There's like one in San Antonio, and apparently I read online that they like lost power or their IMAX screen got busted.
Well, they got hit by a tornado.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When it was like the weather was really crazy.
Oh crap!
That 1 week, there's like a little mini tornado that came
wow.
hit their theater.
Wow. Topher said that the tornado hit their theater. That's that. And then the one here in Austin's the other IMAX is the biggest IMAX theater in the world, or one of the biggest IMAX theater. No, is the biggest IMAX theater in the United States.
I saw Dune in this one. Dune 2.
Oh wow,
I think
that's
the
probably
original
cool.
Dune. The original.
Yeah.
The first one.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I want to watch it. But yeah. So I probably won't see it yet. And then I'm just putting scalp the tickets.
Yeah.
I think you're better off just like waiting there. Maybe that's probably one way to do it. Is just go there, and then see if you can get a seat.
Will call.
Yeah,
That type
like
of thing.
standby. Yeah,
Standby, there you go. That's what it's
because when you go to the website, you try to buy it, you can't buy it. But I would imagine maybe somebody wouldn't show up if you went during the day.
They have those like handicap seats that I've gotten before when I like got the wrong ticket or whatever. They've given there've been like no one showed up that was handicapped, so you can sit in these handicap seats. And I'm like, yeah.
They did show the dimensions. The only reason I want to see it on IMAX is because like they showed the dimension. I saw a dimensions thing, and it was, yeah, it's pretty busted. Like if you just watch it in a regular screen, and not an IMAX screen. Yeah. So.
Dang.
Yeah. Anyways, Undisciplined said, "You guys are dreaming. Boog will never catch me." Oh, the gloves are off. Look at that.
That's fair.
Damn.
That's fair. But maybe Boog will get on the juice.
Shh. Boog needs to start juicing.
Use AI.
Use some AI. Start juicing, Boog. And then you can really catch Undisciplined. Yeah. Wow. He said, "We'll never." That's harsh. We'll never catch me.
I mean, there's a reason why Undisciplined is ahead of him now. And so
not by much though. It's like 20 days.
If we subscribe to Lindy, like that means that we can expect Undisciplined to keep winning in the future.
And Gray Ruby is silent. Look, he was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna get involved.
Yeah, I don't think he liked the things you had to say in that episode.
Yeah, he was just like quiet. And then Boot said zap. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see if they keep fighting each other. But I don't know, man. It's getting close. Anyways, that's pretty much everything that we have today. Keyan, what do you do this weekend?
What am I doing? I'm not doing anything. I don't have any plans. I'm gonna be so boring, and it's gonna be great. That's about it. How about you? How about you?
I gotta do some AWS stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. And then what else?
Looking forward to AWS stuff, bro.
Yeah. So yeah. Remember I told you. So I set my bot. I just like let him free. And then he got my AWS account.
Yeah, he escaped your sandbox.
He escaped my sandbox. He submitted so I found out what it was. He submitted too many requests in support
for like limit expansion.
Yeah.
Why
And so,
do you even need them?
Because why not, right? And then sure enough, he got us like deactivated. So I had to send some stuff today to like reactivate it. But I'm gonna have to set some harder guardrails on that kid, dude. He's just nuts. Agent's nuts, dude. Just like making requests for me and shit.
That's weird. I think I've only ever requested maybe 1 or 2 things from AWS ever. And you're just trying to put up an MVP. So he was
Oh no,
really
this is not for
surprised.
that. This is for no. That one's like, yeah, that one I'm doing all of the manual stuff for that. No, this one is for the impress stuff. Just like,
Oh, I
just
see.
like go for it. Yeah, that's not for that. Anyways, yeah, gonna be messing with some stuff like that, and then yeah, go to church, and then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Cool. Pirate the Odyssey. Watch the Odyssey. On a
No,
laptop. On an iPhone. Ted watched the Odyssey on his iPhone.
that's so terrible. Christopher Nolan cringing right now. He's just like, can't believe that. He's probably hurting. I read somewhere that like this is on its way to make well over $1 billion. Is it like $1 billion
Wow.
worldwide?
Dang.
And like tickets are sold out for like weeks. But I don't know. Next week's Spider-Man, so we'll see what happens. People are gonna have to choose between the Odyssey or Spider-Man.
Spider-Man might blow him out. I mean, Spider-Man has been like the biggest seller for a
Yeah,
long time. So.
cool.
Yeah.
Stackers.